lived and died for, on the single condition that he would rise from the dead bodily on the third day. He bet it all on that one proposition. This, more than any other factor, makes him unique among all other religious founders. One of the first evidences to consider is whether the written accounts of the resurrection can be trusted. The very animosity of the religious leaders who forced Jesus' execution is one of the best evidences that the gospel accounts are true. We know that the message about Jesus' resurrection was preached in the streets of Jerusalem within a few weeks after his death. The religious leaders had every motive to produce evidence to disprove the message of the disciples. They could have easily ended the disciples' claims. It was only a short walk for anyone in Jerusalem to go and check out the tomb in which Jesus was buried. If they could prove foul play or produce the body of Jesus, they could have ended it all right there. Or if they could have produced the bodies of some of his followers who were killed by the Roman soldiers while they were stealing Jesus' body, they could have ended the movement instantly. Because surely Roman soldiers who knew they would be executed for failing on guard duty would have killed some of the unskilled and frightened disciples. But no such evidence was ever produced. The political ambitions of Pontius Pilate are another important bit of evidence. He certainly had every reason to end this claim if it were false. He knew that this movement would greatly harm his career if allowed to stand. This is why he condemned Jesus to be crucified after he had already pronounced him innocent. Matthew wrote his gospel, which explained what they were preaching, while the enemies of Jesus who forced his execution were still alive. If they could have disproven any fact, it would have ended the movement there and then. Here's part of Matthew's account of the events surrounding the resurrection. The next day, the one after the preparation day, the chief priests and the Pharisees went to Pilate. "Sir, we remember that while he was still alive, that deceiver said, 'After 3 days I will rise again.' So give the order for the tomb to be made secure until the third day. Otherwise, his disciples may come and steal the body and tell the people that he has been raised from the dead. This last deception will be worse than the first." "Take a guard," Pilate answered. "Go make the tomb as secure as you know how." So they went and made the tomb secure by putting a seal on the stone and posting the guard. Now remember the motives of each group to make certain that the tomb was secure. Jesus' enemies testified that he had